Pittsburgh. This place has everything. I mean, at least on paper it does. It has the food, the culture, the sports teams, the hometown pride. A place can be a very scientific thing, or a legal thing, defined by its types of rock and landscape, or defined by its boundaries and landowners. These have implications in our modern world because we have made them real, constructed their meanings through time, through our legal codes, and through scientific fact. But a place is also defined by one's own memories in and of it, and the people that make it home. Pittsburghers are a proud folk, and they're not afraid to say it. But the land too. The land is beautiful, with its sweeping valleys and vast hills, some gradual and others quite sudden. The lifestyle has been built into the landscape as people find ways to adapt to it. There's an incline that totes commuters and tourists up and down Mount Washington. And the rivers, the three rivers, the best feature of them all, what defines the city and its heritage, the three rivers that meet and come together as one at the point of Pittsburgh. Ah, yes, the rivers with their shimmering, green-gray waters. The city is great, but it's been soiled by a history of industry that has polluted our air and waters. It's funny how one can grow up in an area and never realize its true history or impact. I grew up in Pittsburgh, yet spent my life unaware of the full extent of our steel town heritage and its effects, good or bad. Pittsburgh is a steel city primarily, or at least it was. Black clouds filled the air. Commuters going to work wearing white shirts would return to find their clothes gray or black. It made money and it provided jobs, but at what expense? While the industry has since left and the rivers have been cleaned and the air has been improved to an extent, there's a lasting impact on the land that can perhaps never be reversed. Who entitled the pioneers of industry to the land? What gave them the right to not only claim a piece of land as their own and manipulate it, but pollute beyond their legal land boundaries and affect the lives and health of people? This idea of land ownership, it's an ancient one, but it's also one of human construction. Like the factories have been constructed and torn down over the years, so has the idea of land ownership and real estate been constructed and meanings attached. Does that mean it can also be torn down? At this point it would take a lot of time, but anything is possible. Until that day, this idea persists. The Edgar Thomson plant is still in operation in Braddock, PA. Here I am on U.S. Steel property. Here I am not. By law, I can film anything in view from a public space. Move 2 feet into the parking lot and this suddenly becomes not okay. Why do these arbitrary lines exist? They seem to separate us more than anything else. Why is there a border between us and Canada, or us and Mexico? Humans have constructed these ideas of ownership and government over time, trying to control the uncontrollable landmass of Earth. This is my driveway, my porch, my house, my country. Here's a gate, a fence. This is mine, that is yours. Is anything just ours to share, or is it just all mine, mine, mine? While the effects of pollution may never leave, Pittsburgh isn't all bad. I mean, to some people, this place does have everything. People are proud to call themselves Pittsburghers. They have built businesses around the land and found ways to make it home. The steel mills left and headed for Mexico, seeking cheaper labor and a better bottom line. That hurt the economy. It hurt the pride of Pittsburghers, but they persist, and the land persists. Where some may seek to exploit the land and abuse it, many just seek to coexist and adapt to the landscape, just living out their lives in relative harmony.